We welcome you back to the United States Marine Corps presents the Race to March Madness. Chances are, if you played organized basketball at all, you've been told that defense wins championships. Control the clock, set up your offense, take high percentage shots. Well, if you're a believer in that philosophy, you're going to want to turn away from the screen right now because you're about to see the most prolific scoring team in all of basketball, college or pro. And for that story, we take you to the town of Grinnell, Iowa. Population 9,200. Points per game, 113.
All right, the lights are on. Let's put on a show. Let's entertain. Let's leave them shaking their heads. There's something to talk about over their morning coffee. Huh? Put on a show.
We have a formula for success is what we call it, and there's really 5 goals.
We try and get 100 shots up every game and make sure that 50 of those are three-pointers.
There's another 3 in the air.
So far, I've seen one trap.
We trap the entire game. Sub a new 5 in every 35 seconds.
Force the other team to turn it over 32 times. Offensive rebound 1/3 of our misses, and take 25 more shots than the opponent.
Within that, we try to get a shot up every 12 seconds, and we try to get the ball back in 10 seconds, whether it's forcing a turnover or giving up a dunk on the back end.
And when we reach our goals, we win at about a 95%. It's a shooter's dream. There's nowhere else in the country where you can go and jack it up every 12 seconds, and that's what's expected of you.
And come away with a 126 to 101 victory.
Oh, we were just so bad. Like when I first started out here, God, I had a kid try out barefoot. Really, I told him he could be a pretty good player if he put shoes on. It's one thing to play for a losing team. It's another thing to sit on the bench for a losing team. What's that say about you? And basically, I knew it was all about playing time.
Other teams hate playing the system. They could go 85% from the floor, and they're still going to lose. They'll make 5 shots in a row, and we'll hit 5 threes, and they'll look up, and they're down 5.
It's a 3-for-2 game. I just want one good chance at a steal before we get dunked on. But then we want the ball back. And so long as we can keep the pace of play going, then we know the last 10 minutes of the game are probably going to be ours.
We're definitely used to playing games in the hundreds, and low hundreds is usually a light night for us. So we're usually up and around the 120 range.
I think it's incredibly fun. It's fun for everybody, the fans, the players. Everybody knows that they're going to get into the game, and everybody knows that they have a chance to change the outcome of the game with one shift.
We do a lot of subbing. It's kind of like hockey on hardwood, but sometimes it gets a little awkward.
It may be awkward, but it helps us keep up the high intensity so we can shoot a lot of threes and get to traps. And if there's one thing it does, it keeps us fresh, like a Ziploc bag.
Seriously, we're fresh.
So fresh.
We script the rotation 48 hours ahead of time. Like everybody knows exactly when they're going to play, how much they're going to play. As soon as the group comes out, my current assistant, Scott Hartman, he'll announce who the next 5 are going on.
John runs left wing, Sander right wing, Bobby.
They'll slide into the shifts just like a hockey game, and off they go.
People give us a very hard time about the way we play. They're saying it's not basketball, but we win games. We beat really good teams. We've led the nation in scoring 13 out of the last 15 years.
If I can give you the most amazing stat about our system, we've been doing it for 15 years, and we are currently at 36 different players that have made 6 3-point shots in a game. I'm sure there are programs that 6 3-point shots in a game would be a record. And we've had 36 different people that have that one game film to show their grandkids on how good they were, I think they enjoy the fact that there's camaraderie. I think they enjoy the fact that our locker room is alive because everybody knows they're going to have a chance to participate. I'm not saying that my way is the only way to coach, but basketball is one of those sports where you can be creative and still be competitive.
Grinnell's high-powered offense does bring back memories of those great Paul Westhead Loyola Marymount teams of the mid to late 80s. Check out this comparison. Loyola Marymount, 122 points per game. But Grinnell They've taken over 1,400 three-pointers, but those Hank Gathersbo Kimball teams were great.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I just looked up the stats on a game in which, in February of 1990, LMU took down LSU. LSU had Shaquille O'Neal, Stanley Roberts, and Chris Jackson, who later changed his name to Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf. 3 lottery picks, and Loyola Marymount, who had 2 stars in their own right, went into Baton Rouge and got a win after giving up 72 points in the first half. The idea is you play at this pace every day. They play at this pace once a year, and in the second half you run out of gas, and shots you'd normally make, you miss.
Grinnell's high-powered offense is very similar to Princeton's offense in this. The coach has to buy in 100%. He cannot ever question what he's trying to do because they're thinking outside the box, they're coaching outside the box, and those guys' ability to get their players to buy into this allows us the best chance to have success is something I salute because it's not something typical in coaches. They have to buy in 100%. They cannot waver, handle the criticism, and say, guys, this is how we play, and I love that about it.
Look, I mean, okay, that was an amazing comparison. Princeton offense.
Yeah, how
okay?
about that?
Painful at times to watch with Grinnell or Loyola Marymount's offense, but here's what it essentially does. It allows you on some games, in a one-game scenario, to win with lesser talent because you're winning with the three-point line like Princeton.
Just like Princeton did. There's the comparison again.
Yeah, can you win a championship? That's the question, but a whole lot of fun to play in that kind of system. Paul Westhead saying shoot before you can turn it over, which you got to like as a player and especially as a shooter. Coming up next, we'll talk to Memphis head coach John Calipari.